All right, let's dive right in. So, many of us are fascinated by the idea of lucid dreaming or having out of body experiences, right? We read the guides, we get ourselves all prepped, and then we just hit a wall. A very, very still wall.
I mean, does this sound familiar to you? You're lying in bed, you're absolutely determined not to move a muscle, you don't blink, you fight the urge to swallow, you ignore that maddening little itch. And what happens 2 hours later? You've got numb limbs, a super frustrated mind, and you are just as awake, if not more awake, than when you started. It's a huge hurdle, and believe me, it's a common one.
You know, this quote really just hits the nail on the head. It gets right to the heart of the problem. Most of us are approaching this with a huge misunderstanding. We think we can just force our body into submission. But as we're about to find out, your body is way, way smarter than that. It's got its own little security system, and it is not easily fooled.
Okay, so first things first, let's break down exactly why this super common lie perfectly still method is, well, so often doomed to fail. And here's a hint. It has nothing to do with your willpower. It's all about biology. This is where we really need to flip our perspective. See, sleep paralysis isn't some state you achieve through brute force. You aren't actually creating it. You're just trying to become consciously aware of a process your body already does automatically, every single night. So let's totally reframe our goal here. Instead of trying to force something to happen, we need to learn how to catch the body in its natural act. Getting this new objective straight is the key to everything. So why do we even have this safety switch? Well, imagine the dog dreaming it's chasing a squirrel. Without this switch, it would literally leap up and run right into a wall. Sleep paralysis is simply the body's clever way of disconnecting the mind's commands from your physical limbs. It's all to keep you safe while you dream. It's a completely normal and, frankly, essential part of sleep. This slide lays it out perfectly. This is the exact state we're aiming for. In normal sleep, your mind and your body both go to sleep. Simple enough. Our goal, though, is to create this kind of split state. Your conscious mind stays awake and aware, while the physical body falls asleep and hits that safety switch. Mind awake, body asleep. That's our mantra. So, if the body does this naturally every night, why is it so darn hard to catch it in the act? Well, it's because your body has a very clever, almost secret, internal checklist it runs through before it's willing to power down. Let's walk through this. Your body will not, and I mean not, go into sleep paralysis until it confirms that the boss, that's your conscious mind, is asleep. So, right as you're drifting off, it sends a test. A sudden itch, a little tickle, that powerful urge to roll over. If you react, even a tiny bit, your body goes, aha, the boss is still awake. I can't shut down yet. The check fails, and the whole process just stops in its tracks. So the real trick here isn't just lying still for hours. It's about consciously and calmly ignoring those specific little test signals when they pop up. When you don't react to that sudden itch, the body concludes, okay, the boss is out for the night. It feels safe, and that's when it initiates paralysis. You've successfully faked it out. Okay, so now we get the mechanism. So how do we actually put this into practice? Well, there are two main strategies for getting your body to sleep while your mind stays aware. You can think of these as the direct approach and the indirect approach. One is all about consciously pushing through the process from a waking state, and the other is about waking up your mind at just the right moment. The first method. This is a real feat of endurance. The idea is to physically exhaust your body during the day, or just stay up much, much later than usual, so your body is just desperate to sleep. Then you lie down, but with the firm intention of keeping your mind alert, feeling the body start to shut down, and just consciously ignoring those test signals as they come. Now, the second method, and a lot of people find this one much easier, is to work backward. You go to sleep normally, but you set a really strong intention, or, an alarm, to wake up after a few hours. When your mind comes back to awareness, your body will often still be in that deep, paralyzed sleep state. The trick is to wake your mind without waking your body.
But look, whichever path you take, getting there is only half the battle. Once you actually achieve that mind awake, body asleep state, you have to maintain it. And that requires a very specific kind of mental and emotional discipline.
So why are these two things so critical? Because strong thoughts and emotions, like that jolt of excitement, oh my gosh, it's working, or a flash of fear at the strange sensations, they create a kind of internal vibration. That internal chatter immediately signals to the body that the boss is awake and analyzing things, and that triggers it to wake right back up. This really gets to the heart of the mindset you need. You can't analyze the experience. You can't get excited. You can't panic. You have to become a totally passive observer, just calmly noticing everything without reacting to it. Your one and only job is to enhance your calm and simply be present. And finally, let's just zoom all the way out and look at what's truly happening here. This isn't just some cool biological trick. It's a fundamental shift in your very perception of reality. Just think about that for a second. When you fall asleep, you aren't becoming unconscious in the sense that you cease to exist. You are simply becoming unconscious of your physical body and its surroundings. Your awareness is actually shifting its focus from this reality system to a whole other one. Ultimately, this whole practice comes down to one thing: learning to make that shift consciously. So instead of just blacking out and then waking up in some random dream you don't remember starting, you can remain fully aware through the entire transition. You get to consciously leave the physical and wake up in a non-physical environment, lucid from the very first moment. And that brings us to the end. What starts out as this struggle with your body becomes this incredible dance with consciousness itself, which leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to ponder. If you could consciously shift your awareness like that, where would you go first? What new worlds are just waiting for you right on the other side of sleep?